record rather even. To my knowledge, though, it leans ever so slightly in Vinnie's favor. Let's see how Vinnie's able to push the button today, as we got the Sheik versus Sonic start. It's pretty safe double blind pick.
Absolutely. You know, because I mean, Cyber, he's kind of a, you know, Vinnie, we do see that Rosa, we do see that Cloud. I don't think that the Cloud is actually technically a terrible choice here. I do know that Cyber hates playing against Cloud, and he's lost to a lot of the Clouds on the island as well. But at the same time, you know, it's just sort of like he's going for what he's comfortable with. He knows he cannot sleep on a player of Cyber skill level. There's no way he can do that.
Cyber's been staying strong on the islands. He's one of the few consistent defenders of AON whenever we have visitors.
Absolutely. You know, he's done a really good job, always placing in that high echelon, at least top 8 usually. But you know, he's definitely taken an AON here or there. He's got sets on great players like Ralphie and Dill. So we just gotta kind of watch this and see what goes on. But Vinnie, like we said, you know, this man hot off of a win against MK Leo can't be understated, because he's number 2 in the world. That's ridiculous.
I mean, it's been a while since he's done that, but Vinnie, he's been on that grind hard.
Absolutely.
Man's
you know,
been traveling out of the island as of recent, and more power to him for it, showing that, you know, he's more than a force just here on the island.
Absolutely. And something I was talking to Vinnie too, and he said, like, he's like, yeah, I'm really happy with 9th at DreamHack, but at the same time, I just want more. And I know that feeling too. I totally know that feeling, because like it's like feeling like, yes, I'm making progress. I'm doing this. I'm doing well. I'm beating good players. But it's also kind of that mentality where it's like, hey, I was so close. And you know, Vinnie, skill-wise, he's there. He's just got to be there mentally. And I think that, you know, with a little bit of practice, he'll definitely get there in time.
And he's got the pedigree for it, but he's got to bring it in. Speaking of bring things back to the match right now, we've got Vinnie sitting in the percentage lead, but it's a bit of a cat and mouse game right now. No one really sitting with stage control, and Cyberman dictating wherever the fight goes, because Sonic's just that fast.
Yeah, honestly, this matchup in particular is literally cat and mouse. It's literally, you know, just she can charge Needles a little bit, camp a little bit, but for the most part, she's going to be charging at you with forward airs and stuff. You know, Cyber's just going to run away, try to get his stray hits here and there whenever he can. But, you know, also we got to keep in mind Vinnie, especially Vinnie at the ledge, I feel like incredibly deadly. Uh-oh, but that's also deadly.
That was a terrible bouncing fish landing, and unfortunately that's going to lead to the dropped stock off of Vinnie. And with 117%, Cyber can stretch this stock quite a ways.
Yeah, it's funny, too, because we're used to seeing Sheiks get all this silly stuff on the Smashville platform. You know, like Void with all the crazy up tilt stuff, but no, Cyber's like, I own the platform today. Get off my platform. He's just, I'm out of here.
Speaking of, this man's looking to camp the platforms as best as he can, although gets in a bit of percentage here, but only the late hit of Nair. He's not really able to fully extend that combo, but nonetheless, any percentage he gets now is something he's going to be trying to continue this lead for.
Yeah, you know, that's okay. He did catch the, he caught it with the soft hit in air, but then he did catch the air dodge with the forward tilt. He still got some good percent. And Cyber with a lot of rage. I don't think Sonic's one of those characters that abuses rage as well as others, but, you know, this is definitely a factor that matters, for sure.
Yeah, building off of that, really the only thing that Sonic can notably do with rage is a bit of early killing off the top with up air, although we usually see Cyberman go for the down air mix-up on that, because everyone expects that. That being said, he's not even going for kill options right now, just sort of going tit for tat with these trades, build up the percentage while he can while staying alive, and what a job he is doing that, 169 and counting. Vinnie not really trying to press the envelope, because he knows he could die real quick here.
Uh-oh, he won that up throw. You saw that, right?
Yo, he wants it.
He didn't get it, but he was mighty close to it. Uh-oh. I thought he was going to stay there and try to fish for the back throw again, but Cyber, he knows better. He knows Vinnie is probably trying to bait something like that out. But that would have been funny. Like, let's be real. Like, 2 kills at 60? Ridiculous. But Cyber, you know, he's going to play it nice and safe, the way Sonic does.
You say as this man comes to a full stop, and now Vinnie waiting for the grab release.
What's going on here?
There it is.
I feel like Cyber was doing, like, the Salem face there. He's just sort of like, okay, that's a thing that happened.
Well, dying off that forward tilt is certainly something that happened.
Yeah,
at 186, that's looking like a nice kill percentage, although Vinnie going back into it with these combos.
A nice confirmed combo. Forward throw off the Batsy Fish, getting a quick 23% here. Looks like we're going to see some more of the same. 44. Vinnie slowly but surely closing this gap. It's basically tied.
Yeah, going for the very basic combos with Sheik. Something that's reliable. And that's what you need as far as damage goes, because you see how long these stocks can go between these two characters.
Yeah, I will say also that both these characters, I don't think they're particularly good at killing. Probably especially Sheik, honestly. She doesn't really have any confirms. She basically has to rely on, like, reading DI heavily or hard read. Cyber, you know, he's got some stuff. He's got, like, throws, and his forward smash is very strong. But both these characters do struggle to close out that stock. So I think we might be seeing a higher rage percent game here.
As these percentages grow, it's more of a flurry of 50-50s for Sheik to be able to get that kill, but also Sonic in general just has better panic buttons. His forward smash, which we know Cyber is more than willing to take a stock with. He's able to get kills off his up air, his down air, off the top, and then of course any of his throws can start to kill at ridiculously high percentages.
Absolutely. Oh, is that going to do it? No, barely not. Cyber's living. He's hanging on to dear life, 122% here.
The Needle's just sort of sitting there on the platform, no confirmed hits, but Vinnie's still threatening space.
Okay, so now both these guys sitting at very high percent. They're steaming with rage, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the rage is building up for them, although the higher percentages sitting in Cyberman are not looking too hot right now. Vinnie firmly in control of the stage, and even the platform's now allowing Cyberman for that safe of a recovery.
You know, it's not on paper, but if we see Cyber camp that ledge, just slip in a quick grab, we could be seeing the stock! And there it is.
There's some questionable DI on that, but nonetheless, Cyberman walking away with the first game.
Looking like mess out here with that back throw. Obviously, the rage helping out Cyber immensely. Cyber recognizing the opportunity, he's like, you know what? I'm just going to go for the simple option. I'm going to try to catch him. And he did it.
Absolutely.
And right there, Cyber takes a game over Vinnie. You know, we might be seeing another set win for Cyber here in the making, but I will say, Vinnie obviously like can never understate this. And basically a genius, honestly, by all measures.
On a good day, Vinnie's world class, but right now he's got to work to prove it. We see the immediate needle charge, and Cyberman getting the first nick of health. But
yeah, absolutely. Like I do think Vinnie, like, skill-wise, top 30 for sure.
Right now, he's got to make the showings for it because he's struggling a bit here against Cyber. Getting a little bit of a percentage lead really isn't much in the grand scheme of the Sonic matchup, just because Sonic can extend that stock for so long.
Exactly, yeah. You know, it's like you can get that percent, but how are you going to get him and kill him? Especially with a character like Sheik. It's not very easy. But right now, Vinnie, he's not thinking about the kill. He's just thinking about putting on that percent. You know, that's the first step. So this is good for Vinnie.
Absolutely, and being as this Game 2 has brought us to Final Destination, I feel like things are going to be sitting a lot heavier in Vinnie's favor. Even though Cyberman can just run from ledge to ledge, once the match becomes that ledge play is where Vinnie performs greatly. Not only because Sheik has all the tools in the world for properly holding the ledge, but Vinnie as a whole, his play style is based a lot around that ledge play, whether it be juggling or forcing to the ledge and then utilizing his character's tools for racking up that damage before he can confirm that kill. However, Cyberman trying to hunt for that kill, doesn't get the spring reset, and Vinnie keeping things in his favor.
Absolutely, makes perfect sense to me. You know, this is kind of like one of those situations too that like Sheik, you know, like right now, like if Cyber can get kind of a crazy cheesy option again, you know, this could be at the end of Vinnie. You know, like looking at percents, just percent, it looks very nice for Vinnie, but we do got to keep in mind Cyber, he does have the options to close up the stock if he's very sneaky about it. Oh, no, that's it though. Vinnie, he ain't sneaking around. He's like, look at me, look at my foot, you're dead. Yeah,
Cyberman's got to be careful about using that homing attack to get himself to a better position for recovery. This is about the third or fourth time he's used it throughout the set. Vinnie caught on quick, and because that's a static distance that he's traveling, came in with the back air real quick. Cyber is looking a bit like he's playing on autopilot right now. The man's just throwing out every trick in the book that he's known for, but with very little cohesion. I don't want him pulling the trigger too early on these kill options before Vinnie just catches onto it and is reminded of everything that he has to worry about.
Yeah, honestly, Cyber, like I think we've said this many times, but he really is at heart an aggressive player. You know, like his character probably favors a more defensive style of play. You
Absolutely.
know, you know, at heart, his character is more defensive, but in his heart, truly, he's definitely more of the aggressor. He can play campy, but you know, like when he loses his cool, you know, maybe sometimes we'll see the worst of the aggression come out, but it doesn't matter if he's up at the top of the stage, just getting those claps with the up air.
All right, now Vinnie's got a bit of a work ahead of him, but he's got the percentage on deck to at least try and extend this further and further. Of course, Cyber capable of bringing things back, but I think he's got to play things a little bit slower right now.
Absolutely. We are going to see a forward throw. Vinnie not letting that kill get to him. He's still maintaining a lot of control here, but Cyber's not even looking at him. Come on, Cyber. Look at him. He's like, I'm not going to look at you.
Just see these spines.
This is what you're going to be running into. You know, Sonic, he spins very fast. The spines hurt. That's what Cyber's all about.
Man, saying get a good look at these. This is what you're going to see when I move on and bracket past you.
Absolutely. You know, that's a totally Sonic thing to say. You know.
Way past cool.
I can just hear Roger Craig Smith shouting that right now.
Tubular.
But right now, you know, the only thing tubular is Vinnie's neutral. It's pretty tubular, if I do say so myself.
That's far out.
Yeah, you know, and I will say that. You know, I don't even know where to go with far out. Who says far out? Can I say groovy? Is that acceptable?
I say groovy unironically.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Vinnie's pretty. He's fucking groovy. Yeah, that's groovy.
Yo, Mario World flashbacks.
Oh my God! If he died there, that would have been.
That would have been way past cool.
That would have been way past cool. Oh my God.
But
right now, Cyber looking like Baldy McNose hair. You know, he's out. He's out of
All
here.
right.
69% too, just got to note that.
Hey guys, Sage is song here. I just want to throw this out real quick. Only 90s kids are going to remember this match.
Only 90s kids are going to... Also, can we talk about Vinnie's shirt? I feel like it's something...
Yo, the Allied shirt.
I feel like it's a reference to something, and I don't...
It's a collection of references.
Okay.
It all has to do with...
For some reason, it gives me Boku no Hero Academia vibes, but I don't know.
Oh.
I feel like it looks like the poster for season 2, like for the sports festival.
Oh, kind of. I see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
But no, it's a shirt that was used to raise funds for a good friend of Vinnie's.
I respect that.
Nonetheless, we're getting ourselves into Game 3 here on Town and City. I love when people pick this stage onto Vinnie, and when Vinnie is allowed to pick this stage itself. You wouldn't think this to be a fantastic Sheik stage, but Vinnie makes good use of all the platform space to him, and the shorter blast zones allow him to get a bit earlier kills when he feels like being a bit more aggressive.
You know, Vinnie's also that kind of player that, you know, he's got a lot of space to wait. And Vinnie, like I said, the bursts of aggression are there, but I will say that out of Mr. R, Void, you know, like the other best Sheiks in the world, I will say that he's probably the most defensive. So, you know, if we can see him kind of give himself some space and just kind of zone out those safe Sheik moves, I think Vinnie's in prime condition to be making a run straight to winners finals. You know, Cyber, he isn't going down without a fight. He knows he can do this. Last time, I don't know if it was the last time they played, but very recently, Cyber managed to actually 3-0 Vinnie in losers finals. So, you know, yeah, that up air almost taking the stock, low ceiling, but still, you know, Cyber's able to DI well, stay alive.
Yo, if that greedy bouncing fish managed to catch Cyber though,
that'd be ridiculous.
That would have been hilarious.
I think he was fishing for an air dodge, but Cyber just didn't give it to him. Or maybe a fast fall, but you know, Cyber, he's smarter than that. You know, right now, Vinnie, he seems like the boy genius, Jimmy Neutron himself. You know, he's not letting anything happen. He's not letting anything happen unless he approves of it. Oh wait, so are we gonna see up air?
Nope. Man's just gonna patiently try to react to Cyberman's buttons, but Cyberman now finally slowing things down to a pace that we're a bit more used to whenever he's playing a bit more cautionary. He wants to weigh out his options, and right now it's seeming like he's recognized this dance between him and Vinnie, and he wants to be the one in the lead. Although Game 3 has been sitting a bit further in Vinnie's favor, aside from just the percentages, also looking at, you know, general stage control, and Vinnie being the lead step here. However, after this grab, is he able to get the follow-up kill? No forward air to challenge, although Cyber fishing a bit too hard with those aerials, gets punished for his efforts. And now Vinnie sitting with 106. See how well he can evasively play to avoid Cyberman's wrath.
Yeah, so now, you know, it's looking like Cyber is hanging on to winner's life for dear life here. Vinnie, you know, he's hanging on to Rage. Like, she's not this character that really benefits greatly from Rage, but it also kind of messes up some of her combos. But Vinnie's alive. That's what. Oh, that was an amazing tech from Vinnie. He could have died there.
Now coming on the ledge, we got a few of these empty hops before the dash in. I like that as an option, although Vinnie's gotta keep his cool a little bit, or else he's gonna catch the hands.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that was literally just catching the hands. You know, Vinnie, he just didn't try to catch the hands. He couldn't even catch them. You know, he just got hit.
Yeah.
Straight up, that boy got hit.
He ate that.
He ate it. You know, it was a knuckle sandwich. You know, Sonic taking a page from his friend Knuckles.
Knuckles.
Knuckles the enchilada.
Knuckles.
Knock, knock. It's Knuckles. That's what Cyber said.
Yeah, you ever play Sonic Advance 3?
I have.
Yeah, the way that the announcer announces Knuckles in that game is the greatest pronunciation of Knuckles ever.
Knuckles.
Is Knuckles.
Knuckles.
But,
you know, right now, it looks like Vinnie, he doesn't want no Knuckles. He just wants some, I guess those are fingernails? That's what forward air is? Fingernails?
No, forward air is she's got like some of the needles in her hand when she's slashing forward.
Oh my god, very interesting. Okay, yeah, so we got Haku from Naruto. Very nice. Okay.
Oh. Yo, I love whenever the burst grenade gets interrupted and then it's on the ground as an item, but no one ever grabs it.
Everyone's like, I'm not touching that. It's not a banana.
That's a good item, though. It's a tiny projectile. Unless you're wearing your bi-spectacles to the latest local, you're never going to see that thing coming at you.
Also, just got to note, like, we've, like, reached 4 minutes. Like, this could be a timeout.
Yeah, that's bound to happen. Vinnie, he knows when the stakes are high. He's got to play things a bit more patient and reactionary. And Cyber, of course, when pushed against the wall, he is able to play Sonic to his infamously campy notions.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he almost had that read, but Cyber he just kind of avoided it somehow.
Yeah. Sonic's quick. Guy's kind of fast.
Sure about that?
I've heard from somewhere he's up there.
Faster than Robin?
Maybe.
Faster than Link?
I don't know, man. Yeah,
Oh my god, the only thing faster
quick.
is, oh my god, the only thing faster than anything was almost as fast as that stock just flew away from Vinnie. But right now, Cyber, he's hanging on for dear life. Playing safe, edging around Vinnie.
You got 70 seconds on the clock in counting. Cyberman's got to try and play this as comfortably as he can, try and cheese out a kill, but I don't know. It's not looking too hot for the boy. We see the grab come in. Vinnie tries to go for the read, but no bouncing fish catch. The nets are empty right now. But the back throw, once again, Vinnie going for it, but he doesn't even get the good landing to continue the aggression. Just sort of continuing to build up this percentage, and I feel like that's perfectly fine. Just continue to pressure Cyberman, keep him out of a situation where he could potentially lose this stock.
You know, I will say Smash 4 is a game of patience. So, you know, Vinnie plays it patient, and he waits for his right opportunity. That forward air is going to do it. Vinnie popped off a little bit.
He's happy about that
He's a happy one. He knows Cyber is a good win. Cyber knows it, too. We see the nice, firm handshake coming out from them, and Vinnie's going to move on to the winner's final.